we are on our way to our first protest, peaceful protest, Black Lives Matter.
In the town we grew up in.
Most
affluent town in Connecticut, known as the Beverly Hills of the East Coast, aka Greenwich, Connecticut.
And we both don't live here anymore, but we did go to school here, so
all our lives, basically.
We will be attending this Black Lives Matter. Hopefully it's good. We have people speaking that actually understand what's going on with the Black Lives Matter. But yeah, so we're just gonna take you on a journey.
See how this goes.
All right, I'll see you guys when we get there. We made it. We're late, but we made it. Better late than never.
And they will hear us. I'm hungry for change and I'm hungry for justice. Let's get started. We told them we was coming. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Hands up. Don't shoot. Hands up. Don't shoot. Hands up. Don't shoot. Hands up. Don't shoot. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. Say her name. Breonna Taylor. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace.
101 as a graduation requirement, as well as teaching Black history kindergarten through 12th grade. 2, hire more Black teachers and administrators. Black teacher push ends now. And 3, mandatory teacher training, meaning teachers should be trained on how to handle both covert and overt acts of racism in the classroom. Teachers should also engage in cultural training so that they are able to have discussions about race and culture with their students. My message today is to bring gratitude for people to open their eyes and realize that no one is born racist. Maybe we will never be equals, but all lives don't matter until Black lives matter. My name is Kira and I am 17 years old. And for these 17 years, I have witnessed a white lady call my dad a nigger and spit on him just because they bumped into each other. And this was right here in Greenwich. I have witnessed a police officer yank my best friend out of a car and hit him with his baton just because he was 6 over the speed limit. I have seen my friend get jumped by some white boys all because his skin was too dark to be in their neighborhood. I have seen all this happen, and yet I have done nothing, and yet I have said nothing. I'd seen people speak on the Black community and heard all the cruel and wrong things they were saying, and yet I sat in silence. I kept my mouth shut because I was afraid that if I opened my mouth to speak, no one would listen. I would ask, who am I to speak on anything? I am just a child with no money, no power, no anything. But then I look to myself and I wonder, who are you to speak down on me? Who are you to spit on my father and call him a racial slur? Who are you to harm my best friend for rushing home to make curfew? Who are you to beat my friend just because of the color of his skin? What about this puts you above me? Because last time I checked, you and I are both human. The police officer over there in his blue uniform, him and I are the same once he removes it. Then Governor Lamont sitting behind his desk all high and mighty, once he steps down, we are the same. The only difference between me and anybody else is the melanin in my skin and the kinks in my hair, but underneath all that, you and I bleed the same, you and I breathe the same. So what I should have been asking myself is, who am I to keep silent? So now here I am, and trust me, I got a whole lot to say. To all the white supremacists who live right around the corner from here, you think you're so above us because of the history in which y'all have. Y'all praise y'all history, but your ancestors kidnapped, raped, beat, and murdered mine, and you praise them for it? To this day, you are still killing us. You are still beating us, and you are still getting away with it. And have the nerve to fear us, to grab your children tight when we walk past, to clutch your purse when standing next to us. We aren't the monsters here. We never have been. To all the racist people who keep telling me and my family, go back to Africa. How would you feel if I said go back to Britain, go back to Spain, and wherever else you came from? Because last time I checked, this wasn't your land either. You are nothing but an immigrant just like the rest of us. Only difference is, my ancestors ain't kidnapped yours. And to all the people who think this movement is about getting white people to like black people, on behalf of the black community, we do not give a fuck about if you like us or not. But you will respect us. You see how many lives were lost due to racism and police brutality? How many more lives have to be lost until things start to change? I don't know about the rest of you, but I am sick and tired of seeing our brothers bleed, our sisters fall, and our mothers cry, and our fathers imprisoned behind false allegations. So I'm gonna use my voice, raise my fist, and fight with everything I have until a change is made. And all this, it begins with you. It begins with a voice. It begins with all of us. White tyranny will fall. Black people will rise, and everyone will get what they deserve. So after hearing this speech, after all you have witnessed, please ask yourself, what are you gonna do about it? Because I sure as hell ain't up here for nothing. Thank you.
And a classmate made a comment about my skin color, comparing it to crap. All because I used a colored pencil that he wanted to use next. The comment he made, although hurtful, wasn't what hurt me the most. It was who didn't speak up against it. When he made the comment, everyone in the classroom looked up. However, all my white friends stayed silent and kept drawing. The only 3 classmates that spoke up for me were Latino people of color. I want to shed light on the reason why we are protesting today. I want to stress that our fight is not white versus blacks. It is also not, our fight is not blacks versus cops. It's everyone versus racism everywhere. Racism exists in many forms, such as microaggressions, which is defined as a statement or action that subtly and often unconsciously expresses a prejudiced attitude towards a member of a marginalized group. You heard some of the other speakers speak on them, and these are some examples. You're handsome for a black guy. You're beautiful for a black girl. You're not black, you're white, kind of like an Oreo. You sound white. Can I touch your hair? I don't see color. Or, you're not like them. If you're still unsure what microaggressions are, please look them up. Black people of color in America, and people of color period, are still suffering PTSD from slavery that was started 401 years ago. We want changed behavior. We want to be valued as a human life. As a white person and a white passing person of color, we have a responsibility to shut down racism everywhere. Everywhere you hear it, everywhere you see it, and if you see a cop pull over a black person, it is your responsibility to pull over as well. Record and wait there to make sure that they are okay. Yes, I understand. It's uncomfortable to correct your significant others, your families, and friends, and even uncomfortable to correct the police. But you have to be uncomfortable to change. And it starts at home. Staying silent to the matter of what is happening right in front of your eyes is a problem. And it hurts just as bad as being openly racist. We can't have change without action. So we encourage you all, speak up, call out all forms of racism everywhere. Do your part to research black history, which is American history.
My name's Kyla. I'm from Darien, so I'm 2 exits down the 95. I have been speaking out for Black Lives Matter in Darien. We've done a lot of stuff, but I'm going to talk about the education system and how you can educate yourselves and how to educate other people as well. Also want to give you a preface. I'm a little dyslexic, so I apologize if I read this shit wrong. Okay. American history is not taught in the education system. What you and I know as American history is whitewashed and black erased. So only the pristine, pure Aryan culture is left with a sprinkle of obedient black names. That's right. True American history did not begin in 1492 when Columbus was sailing the ocean blue. There was a rich indigenous culture of natives to this land that is tied up in a nice Thanksgiving Day bow.
Talk about it.
Natives that were raped, ravaged, beaten, murdered, their children stolen from them to teach them the ways of the God-chosen people. All after that man that we named a holiday after. If American history was taught in the school system, you would have learned of the thriving Black Wall Street and the massacre that ended it. You would have heard of the flourishing Seneca Village that we now know as Central Park. You would have seen the experimentation and genetic hijacking done on black bodies without anesthesia because we were deemed a subhuman species, all in the name of white health and science. If American history was taught, you would learn that the police system originated as the groundwork for the KKK, capturing escaped enslaved people. By the way, I want to start by saying we should no longer call ourselves slaves. We were not slaves. We were enslaved people. Saying we were slaves deemed us as less than a person. You would have seen your teacher taught you about the Black Panther Party, and they were not a militant force, but a community building organization that provided free healthcare and breakfasts across the entire country. Instead, that part of American history is watered down to 28 days of civil rights chapter in your textbook, where you see black and white photos of Martin Luther King Jr. singing a peaceful kumbaya with nameless black faces. As a child, you don't question that those pictures were taken in full color, but shown to you in black and white, so you mentally think it was further away than it was. Whew. You are not taught American history in the educational system. You are taught white history, and there is a simple explanation as to why. If you are taught the history of a people at a young age, an age where you still have a moral compass, where you have not been altered by the society you are surrounded by, it humanizes that group of people. The most terrifying and detrimental thing for racism is when you humanize the people they are taking actions against, because then they become atrocities. If we are looked at as an animal, then we can be put in cages and treated as such. If we are savages acting out of rage and not mothers and fathers fighting for the right for their children to live, we can be shot down in the street and our communities can be bulldozed over. That is why it must be mandated that from a young age, we teach all levels of schooling Black history throughout the curriculum, not just in that 1 month, throughout the whole curriculum. Not just Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and Rosa Parks. Martin Luther King was more than a man with a dream. Malcolm X was more than his dangerous counterpart, and Rosa Parks was not the first woman to give up her seat for a white person. There are more black poets that influence outside of Maya Angelou. Muhammad Ali was more than white entertainment, and Frederick Douglass was more than a slave with a voice. We are more. We are more than 246 years of slavery, 99 years of Jim Crow, and 52 years of redlining, police brutality, and incarceration. We must now take it upon ourselves to learn and spread the knowledge that my melanin brothers and sisters have contributed to this country. The country we built. Our history began your history. So how is it fair that ours is neglected? Doesn't make sense. Please, everyone, go to blackpast.org. It is an entire organization that tries to put out not only African American history, but global African history. Learn, teach your friends, teach your colleagues, teach your moms and your dads, everyone, because they are not going to teach you your own history. You must learn it. You must teach it. And I myself am advocating for everybody out there. And Darien, we are sitting down with the entire Board of Ed, and we are making them mandate that they have to teach us Black culture. Have to. So please, anybody who wants to get this change done in Greenwich, come up to me at the end, give me your contact, because I will not stop until everyone I come into contact with knows my history. All right, and I'm gonna leave you guys with a poem, if you don't mind, that I wrote after I watched George Floyd murdered for 8 minutes and 43 seconds, and then I edited it after I heard of these 6 lynchings that have all been ruled suicides. This is called Peaceful. Stay peaceful, I'm told, as they tighten the knot around my neck. I'm the Black Queen of Hearts, but not in this deck. Stay peaceful as I look and see the strangest fruit you've ever seen hang from the tree of life. It's a gamble every day if I'll make it home to be his wife. Preaching land of the free, home of the brave. Try land of the whites built on the whipped back of a slave. Stay peaceful. Why is there peace full of melanated men with their face in the concrete? Wings clipped so my last line of defense is a tweet. Why does the caged bird sing? Because they incinerated his crown and he forgot he was a king. Can't stop, pause, or rewind his fate, so I have to press play. Eric Garner, Manuel Ellis, George Floyd, are you okay? I can't breathe. Can you? We can't breathe. Says who? Stay peaceful. Silent in the night, they stole my history. Around every corner, they're trying to sell it back to me. Red target on my back, cause we're being hunted. Why are they 10 feet tall and I'm stuck at 4? Growth stunted. After all these murders, how are they still funded? Stay peaceful. Hands up, they're still shooting. Mr. President, stop your looting. Watch as he shows that Blue Klux Klan smirk. Shackles still in my feet. Cap will tell you kneeling don't work. Someone tell Lauren they're not killing us softly, but somehow they keep doing it lawfully. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice, the darker the flesh, the tighter the noose. Black and blue always equals a bruise. Tell me how? We're the only ones that seem to lose. Stay peaceful. I see they're not all bad. I listen, but y'all have no apology to add. I watch and you're not even sad. No, they turn into Stevie No Wonder, blind to injustice. Is it in their nature or the system that builds them? Either way, it's higher ground prejudice. White hooded figures vowing to protect and serve, yet they're the very ones setting that wooden cross to burn. 6 have broken their necks on a tree and some rope. All rolled suicides and I don't know how to cope. My knees are bloody from begging for reform. Newsline, murdered black men, women and children cannot be the norm. You have 4 non-lethals you carry, but the gun is always first. It never varies. Please tell me, I want to understand. Please help me, I'm holding out my hand. No, wait, don't strike me where I stand. Pop, pop. Now I'm one with the land. Finally, I am peaceful enough for them.
Guys, it is raining and the protest march is done, and I feel like it was very successful.
Super successful.
Wow.
Yeah.
There are very touching moments. People shared their experience, and basically a lot of our people that we know that we went to school with, they said they spoke and they gave some great examples and tips, and it was just great. If you can, please do go out and protest. Peaceful protest, please. None of that crime shit. We not about that life. Just saying. A little sneeze. What do you think, Romina?
I mean, I thought it was really good. Like, walking down was very, like, empowering. Like, I had some white bitch fucking shaking her head, and, like, I was like, shake your head some more.
Because...
Like, shoving my sign in, like, in her direction. Like, and, you know, there was lots of people who were also, like, you know, shaking their heads in solidarity with us. A lot of shop owners, like, the white women, like, coming out of their little shops, like, holding their, like, hands up, like,
and clapping and,
you know, all of that. The workers, you know, I noticed there was a young black woman at the end towards where the shops were, and she was clapping, and Tim, I think she was like, we're doing this for you. Like, it was so inspiring, and just the fact that I walked so fast. Sophia and I were at the front of the line.
Yeah,
like,
we were not
in the
middle. And we weren't wearing our mask. A lot of people weren't wearing their masks. I don't think I saw anybody with not wearing a mask. So that's really good.
Masks. It was really good. Super empowering. I advise everybody to go to at least one and show your support in that way, but continue to show your support, you know, on social media, you know, call out the racists, you know, help your fellow people of color and educate them. Don't forget Latinos, like, we are black too, don't forget, okay? So no matter if you look like the white person next to you or you look like, you know, more on the darker side, we are black also, okay? We cannot forget that. So we also need to stand with our brothers and our sisters, because at the end of the day, we are all the same, and we need to know that, and the white people need to know that too. And so just get out there and do your part, even if it's just a little bit. Like, everything helps.
Everything helps. So guys, yeah, if you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. We're almost at 400, so it's going, guys. I am growing, and so for real, really appreciate you guys, and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.